Good morning. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live from the fish room this morning. I wanted to let you know that I'm starting a few minutes earlier this morning because I may have to leave early in order to take care of an appointment that I have later on this morning. I hope everyone's doing good this Friday the 13th, December the 13th. It's not an unlucky day for me. It's a blessed day for me. I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to actually find my notification and to chime in into chat. Let me go ahead and change that from top chat to live chat, and I will let you all know that I have been enjoying watching Father Fish's videos, especially the I think it's the channel introduction video that he has on building a natural aquarium. And he really, every time I watch it, I get stirred back up because the tank behind me, the 25, used to be a natural tank, and I don't like the footprint being so short. I think it's just 24-inch footprint or something like that, but it's a tall 25. So I'm looking excuse me, into hello, Tater Salad. Good morning. I'm looking into getting a natural aquarium going again. Most of my aquariums have gravel in them, but just like Father Fish suggested, just go ahead and put 2 or 3 inches of silicate sand on top of it and plant some plants in it and let nature have its way. I do have the 55 with black sand substrate in it, and it would benefit it to go ahead and probably add another 2 inches of sand to it one day. I hear my goldfish picking up rocks and chewing on them and spitting them out. That's his signal to feed me. Is my audio okay? It looks like it's a little low, so I'm gonna bring my audio up just a little bit. I need to double check to make sure my audio settings are on the correct setting. Yes. Father Fish and I had a nice little chat the other day. Someone please let me know if, well, I can check on my phone to see if I'm live. I edited it, so it's a possibility that it recreated. Okay, it says I'm live. Yep. All right. Loud and clear. Thank you, Tater Salad. So what are you doing this Friday morning? Are you at work or are you at home piddling around the house? I have to do laundry today. I've already been on the road twice this morning. My son is in dialysis, so I take him early, and then I had to run to UPS to return something for the church that I work for, and I wasn't happy with the Acer laptop that I was using, and come to find out it wasn't the audio driver in the laptop at all. It's my audio signal from our front of house speaker soundboard mixer, so I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that issue because I hooked up the old laptop Wednesday night and it didn't improve it any. So today I want to talk about maybe returning to the natural aquarium, and I'm just going to lay a foundation for it here, and one day soon Father Fish and I are going to do a collab. So I may be back later this afternoon to actually do a collab with him. But down the wormhole, good morning. Good morning, Dee. How are you doing? I know it's bright and early there. It's 16:20 in Denmark. Oh, tater salad. I didn't know you were from Denmark. So, sofa time for me. 4:20. That is, yeah, 4:20 in the afternoon. Sofa time. That's my nap time. Oh, so anyway, back to the subject of the natural aquarium. I know the new way to start aquariums today is to put gravel in the bottom of the aquarium, get you a hang on the back filter, get you a heater, get you a hood with a light, and add artificial plants and about 3 fish to start with. And that's how a box store told me to get started almost 5 years ago now. And I started, actually, when I came out of the box store with my aquarium kit, I was approached by a young man about natural plants, real plants. Hello, Darlene. Welcome and good morning. And I said, oh no, because I've never even attempted live plants in my aquarium before. Even as a child, everything was plastic or silk. And I wanted to let everybody know that, I don't know, within the 6 months of starting my first aquariums 5 years ago, I think I started putting some house plants like the, what do y'all call it, pothos ivy. I tried pothos ivy in my filters and across the back of the aquarium. And then at one point I actually planted one in the gravel substrate and it started growing up. It was awesome. I tried spider plant in the substrate and it lived for a couple weeks and started melting, so I took it back out. We all know that the old vase setup for the betta with the peace lily plant and the roots hanging down in the water and the plant above water. I use peace lilies all the time in my pond outside because the goldfish don't eat that too much, but they have been known to nibble on the leaves. So I tried that. And then I went out harvesting natural plants out of my creek. Well, I didn't know about the process of sterilizing your plant before you bring it into your aquarium. So guess what? I introduced parasites into my tank. And it was doomsday. It went through my tank. I lost all of my guppies. I had to end up euthanizing a lot of my guppies because once we went through the cleansing of the medication for parasites, they took on secondary bacterial infections because their gut didn't clean out from all of the parasites. So it was a hard learning lesson, but it was a lesson learned. And I hate that I lost so much livestock because, you know, those are little creatures that are expecting us to actually take care of them. So I know Father Fish is maybe having a hard time. Can anybody that's in the chat share this link on Father Fish's Facebook page? If you can, I will make you a mod. Oh, you won't have to do that. Share the link on Facebook, go to Father Fish Aquarium, and go to Messenger and leave him a message. I might be able to do it while I'm talking. And I know he didn't want to be in chat today. He wanted to be in a video chat, and I misunderstood. So I hope that he's listening so that he understands that I was misunderstanding when I created a stream. I use soil in all of my tanks, but I am a shrimp nerd, so I have to have the best parameters. Okay, tater salad. I know sand is really good, or soil is really good. I use the is it Fluval Stratus for shrimp tanks, and one of my tanks is bare bottom that has shrimp in it, and they're not doing too well. The Blue Dreams. I've either changed the water too much to their satisfaction and not added enough calcium back. The 20-gallon that has the Half Moon Mosaic guppies in it, and my peppered Corydora and my yo-yo loach is on gravel substrate, and it is about a 2-inch gravel substrate, and the black roses are doing very well in there. I haven't seen any babies yet, but the adults are thriving well. And the other one is a 5-gallon aquarium that has the snowball shrimp in it. Hey JH, how you doing? Joseph, good to see you. That one has a very small gravel in it, and I haven't seen them reproduce any yet, but I think I have 2 females and 2 males in there. Okay, I just got a Yahoo Mail notification that I was live. So I edited it. It was going live at 9:30, and I edited it for 9:15 because I may have to leave early. How are you doing today, Joseph? I know it's early in some places, late in the afternoon in others, but we're talking about returning back to the natural aquarium, and trying to get away from the big box store suggestions on how to set up our aquariums by throwing an inch or 2 of gravel in the bottom, a hang on the back filter, and a heater, and plastic or silk plants, and then add 2 or 3 fish for a couple months to cycle your tank, along with chemical enhancers, either dechlorinator and some liquid beneficial bacteria. But I've been watching Father 1128 there. Awesome. Almost lunchtime. But I've been watching Father Fish's videos, and if anybody remembers, a couple years ago, the 25-gallon tank behind me was a natural tank. I had I think Eco Complete sand and gravel in it, and rocks and sticks from my creek. I tried put some of my plants from the creek in there. It looked like a little bit of Luigia, but it melted back, and then what I did get to grow, the crayfish destroyed it. Had some Java ferns in there and had some Java moss, and rocks out of the creek, and I had caught 9 little fry that were they were smaller than guppy fry. They were small like a Corydora fry or something. And anyway, they grew. I enjoyed watching them grow. Nature Tank Biotope Aquariums, FTW, like the tank in the video I put out today. All right, I'll be checking it out, Joseph. And I wanted someone to actually share the link on Facebook to Father Fish so he could join the chat today. He's having a little technical difficulties. He thought I had created a collab with him today, and it was just a misunderstanding on my part. I didn't know he wanted to do another collab with me. We did a training session yesterday. Hey, just saw your Palafina video. Very interesting, Tater Salad said. Great. And I'm thinking about, I think in that natural tank that I had set up, the 25 with the wild fry, the 9 fry that I caught out of my creek, I I think I had Eco Complete, sand, and gravel. So it was a 3-inch substrate, but it wasn't all sand that Father Fish talks about. So I'm laying this foundation today so that when I do a collab with him, that y'all will either go watch his video on creating a natural tank or a natural aquarium. Hey Brandon, good morning. And then I may have an aquarium set up by that time to actually show as an example of the difference. I wanted to show a difference in my crayfish tank this morning. It does look a little cloudy, but I'm going to switch on over to the crayfish aquarium. We know that I've been having a bacteria bloom, and I had no substrate, and I had a 1-inch little betta foam tree stump filter in there, which was not enough beneficial bacteria at all. Plus the 2 mystery snails that I actually added to the bio load in the aquarium, plus the crayfish that have lived out of the 50 that are growing, and me having to feed more was adding to the bio load, and it didn't have enough beneficial bacteria in there to actually process all of the nutrients properly. Shared out on Fish Tubers notification. Thank you, Brandon. I wanted someone to actually go straight to Father Fish Aquariums on Facebook and share the link there, and he may find the link there if you could. But anyway, I was doing large water changes, which Joseph at JH Aquatics suggested, really doesn't help a bacterial bloom. And I actually had a very large imbalance going on in this aquarium. So I went ahead and added, I think that's almost equal to 1 inch of gravel to the bottom. And I upsized the filter to a DIY lava rock filter in a Starbucks plastic cup that Freshwater Fish Freaks made for me a couple years ago. So I'm excited at the fact that the aquarium is doing much better. I've cut back on feeding. I don't feed as much, and they do get fed daily, but I break up a algae wafer probably, into as many pieces as I can get, 4 to 6 pieces. And I put several of them in there, and then I also sprinkle some flakes. So that's what we're going to be discussing, and I will be doing a collab with Father Fish soon. So I think that we all could benefit from the knowledge that Joseph and Father Fish have on natural biotopes or natural aquariums. And Joseph, when I do get a collab scheduled with Father Fish, I will be on StreamYard. So I will be able to share the StreamYard link with others who want to participate on that day. So I'm going to run a quick commercial. Hey Dustin, and I will be right back. Hi, Susan for SLC Aquatics here, touching lives one fish at a time. Hashtag FishFamMom. Coming to you today on the study of my 20-gallon colony breeding tank. It is a Tetra 20-gallon kit that I bought from Petco 4 years ago, and it is running with a Whisper EX20 on the back. It has an Aqueon, probably a 200 watt heater in it, I'm not sure. It has a sponge filter rated for 20 gallons, and it has a double sponge filter in the left corner, rated for 20 to 40 gallons. The gravel substrate is a smooth, small, medium, I think a medium pebble. It has a Mopani driftwood in it with some wild caught moss on it, Java moss, and the plants in the tank are... Okay, I interrupt this commercial for a very important announcement. Good morning, Dustin Ritchie. Yes, Friday morning streams. I now do Tuesday nights and Friday mornings, and you may see me pop in and out during the week at other odd hours that I have to find my pockets now that my life has had some adjustments. Joseph says, have you tried seasoning the tank with detritus from a used sponge filter? That works for me. No, I have not. I did add, did I add Stress Zyme or Quick Start? Both of them have beneficial bacteria in them. Stress Zyme has more of a condensed beneficial bacteria. I could dose it again today, or I think I will actually leave it alone. The camera actually makes it look cloudier than it is. It's not that cloudy. And it was fun watching them yesterday. I added a lot of hiding places. I did put their natural chala wood back in there. You see one crawling out of the PVC right now. I wonder if I can actually adjust. Let's adjust the lumens, the gamma on that aquarium. There we go. How's that? That should be very clear. So I did a little technical decreasing the gamma on the lens of the camera, and it is pretty true to what I'm seeing now. At first the lumen was too bright and it made it look really cloudy. It's still somewhat cloudy, but it is balancing out a lot quicker than I thought it would. And I took the advice of course, Father Fish wanted me to put sand in it, and I didn't have any sand at that time. And but I did have gravel. And then I cannot remember who it was that suggested lava rock for beneficial bacteria. And I said, I have a DIY filter out of service that I could put back in service that is ran by an air pump. Joseph said I would take a cycled sponge filter from a healthy tank and just squeeze it out in the tank. In 3 days, it just might be crystal clear. Okay, Joseph, I will take that suggestion. Darlene Howard says, shared on Father Fish's Messenger. That was the only way I could do it. Thank you, Darlene. Hey, Mark, Big Easy Support Group. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mark. Good to have you with us this morning. I know I don't have the yeah, I was wondering if there was more than one episode of my video this morning happening. Does anybody know? It only looks like one on my end, but I edited it. A deep substrate is always best, but you still need to get the infusorium in the sun states. Substrate. You still have to get the infusorium in the substrate. Lava rock, cause of all its porous surface, makes big breeding surfaces for bacteria. Yes, Dustin, thank you very much. Thank you, Susie Q. You're welcome, Big Easy. Vinoski's tank is in the house. Good morning, Vinoski. How are you doing today? Back to the main. But anyway, today we're talking about returning to the natural aquarium or the natural biotope aquarium. And because Joseph at JH Aquatics also is very knowledgeable and experienced in natural biotopes and the tannins that he sells. Father Fish is in the house. Hey, Father Fish, I apologize to you that when I created this stream yesterday, I did not create it as a collab. And I've been telling everyone this morning that I am talking about returning to the natural aquarium this morning, laying a foundation because I want to do a visual video collab with you. And JH Aquatics from the Virgin Islands is also in the chat this morning. And I would like to be able to do a collab soon with you. And he is welcome to join us. We're going to do a StreamYards collab next time. I apologize for any misunderstanding on my part, Father Fish. Please forgive me. And welcome to the chat. I did start early this morning because I may have to leave in a few minutes to go get my son from dialysis. So I wanted to get a good foundation laid for the natural aquarium. And I again watched your beautiful video again this morning on creating a natural aquarium with the dirt substrate and the 2 to 3 inches of silicate sand and plants. And I think you suggested a sponge filter, maybe temporarily, for regular exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide within the water column, which after the plants get established and start producing oxygen and consuming carbon dioxide, you add your fish and then it becomes a natural biotope. You said that your lights stay on about 12 hours a day. So anyway, we're getting a foundation laid this morning so that Father Fish and I can do a collab real soon. I may have time this afternoon, or it may be another day next week. My weekends are very busy with my work. Dustin Ritchie says, my 55 gallons still wrestling with high nitrate and nitrite. Losing one fish every 2 days, maybe statistically okay, as temporarily there's probably 200 juveniles in there and lots of real plants. You know, with nitrites you also have ammonia. So there is not enough beneficial bacteria within the aquarium to consume the ammonia. So you are going to have to do almost daily or bi-daily 10%, 20% water changes to keep that ammonia out that will bring those nitrites down. You've got to kind of like, and then like Joseph said, take a seeded sponge filter from another established aquarium and squeeze it out in the tank, and within 2 or 3 days it may balance out. Try not overfeeding the aquarium, because with 200 juveniles you're probably overfeeding. So skip a day of food in between your water changes and see if it comes down quicker. Right, Dustin? Beneficial bacteria is found on the surface of objects, not in the water column. The more surface area, the better. And Dustin Ritchie said, and added some beneficial bacteria, but it smells like that rotten lilies that I have removed from Yank. 25% water change about every 3 days. Suggestions? Father Fish says, I am here. Yes, Dustin is having problems with high nitrates and high nitrites. He has a 55 gallon with 200 juvenile fish in it. He's losing a fish every other day. And he's been, he added liquid beneficial bacteria, and his water smells rotten. And he's doing 25% water changes every 3 days. Are there any other suggestions? Everybody chime on in. Plants and the substrate are my filter. Yep, and that's the same thing, Joseph, that Father Fish is talking about. Once the anaerobic bacteria is established within the substrate, the roots on the plants are nourished by that nutrition, and therefore they're able to actually produce the oxygen and do the filtration of the water column from any toxins that may be in the water column. And he only feeds his fish a couple times a week, so we may be overfeeding our fish if we feed them daily. So these are some great subjects. Father Fish, I hope you are well, Joseph says. And I don't know how many are viewing at this time. Let me go take a look. You all can click the like button. It says I have 10 concurrent and 8 likes. So, Father Fish, if you want to interject here, I'll give you a few minutes to type something. I do want to do a collab with you, and believe me, the next time, now that I know that you want to do a video chat collab with me, I will schedule one. And weekends are hard for me. I used to do a Saturday morning vlog, but I try to sleep in now. I feed every other day unless they are fry tanks. Yeah, fry tanks going to require 2 and 3 times a day feeding, small feedings, because of their digestive systems being so small, and they need those good nutrients. Those good nutrients. I'm sorry, I'm looking around my fish room. I wanted Father Fish to see the crayfish tank, since I've added substrate and upgraded the DIY lava rock filter ran by air pump. And this is, what is this, Friday? I did a water change Tuesday. I think Tuesday's when I added substrate. If it wasn't Tuesday, it was Saturday. Dustin says, oh my goodness, I'll probably have to skip a day. Soft-hearted me, probably feeding too much, cause they give me those big puppy dog eyes. We're starving in here. And that's the majority of us, Dustin. We are emotionally involved in our fish instead of logically involved. Nature itself, they will scavenge for days, and then all of a sudden, like after a rain, you know, which I call my water changes after a rain, oh, new nutrients come from upstream. SLC, is that a Starbucks cold cup filter? Yes, it is. And it was created for me by freshwater fish freaks out of Connecticut a couple years ago. I took it out of service when it was in one of my betta tanks. I've got a message, so I'll be right back. Okay. I know what that was about. And Prathmesh Aquatics is in the house from India, everyone. Show love for love. If there's any channels in here that you have not subscribed to, go over there and show some love. Father Fish says, hi, JH. She has not noticed I am here. Undoubtedly, you haven't heard that I said Father Fish several times. I'll put it in chat. Amateur Aquatics is in the house. Hello, Amateur Aquatics. Father Fish, I went to the crayfish tank so that you could see how substrate made a difference in my biological imbalance. Even though it's gravel, It added something for the beneficial bacteria to hold on to, and I upgraded the DIY. Okay, I upgraded the DIY filter in the back that has lava rock in it that's ran by a air pump. And we also have New England Inler. How's your Friday the 13th going? New England Inler, my Friday the 13th is a blessed Friday the 13th. I'm going to take a break and be right back. Guys, please enjoy this commercial. Hi, Susan for SLC Aquatics here. Touching lives one fish at a time. Hashtag FishFamMom. Coming to you today on the study of my 20-gallon colony breeding tank. It is a Tetra 20-gallon kit that I bought from Petco 4 years ago, and it is running with a Whisper EX20 on the back. It has an Aqueon, probably a 200 watt heater in it, I'm not sure. It has a sponge filter rated for 20 gallons, and it has a double sponge filter in the left corner rated for 20 to 40 gallons. Okay, I am going to interrupt this commercial with a very important announcement. Oh, Dustin says, Prath from India? Yes, Prath Mesh is from India. I managed a Desi radio station in Seattle for a couple years. Lots of tunes from Bollywood films. Off topic, but small world. Yes, it is a small world. And I do believe that the first one that was in the chat this morning, Tater Salad, is from Denmark. So we want to welcome everyone from all over the world today, and I hope that you're having a wonderful Friday. And if it's not Friday and it's Saturday, I just hope you're having a wonderful day. Daryl Deemer needs some SLC merch. Thank you, Daryl. Love you so much. I'm only going to be on here for another 5 minutes because I'm going to have to log off to go get my son and start my laundry for today. And as everybody that's present here knows, that I work full-time for my church. So Saturdays and Sundays are a full schedule for me. And sometimes I can do a Saturday morning vlog. But Father Fish, if you are available next Tuesday night, my regular scheduled time, 6 p.m., I would love to invite you Tuesday night. The is it the 17th? Yeah, Tuesday night, the 17th at 6 p.m. for a collab. And then I will shoot you the link like I did the other night, the other morning, yesterday morning. Bless you and your son, Susan. Thank you, Dustin. I received those blessings and those prayers and those good thoughts that everyone is sending our way. He does have to take dialysis 3 times a week, but I'm so happy for him because he needed some clippers. And my husband, when he went grocery shopping yesterday, got him a pair of clippers. And the way my son looked this morning was like a whole different person. He was able to trim up his mustache. He shaved all of this and had a nice little line of a beard going, and he looked refreshed. He looked happy. So anyway, I got to take him grocery shopping later today too. So I hope everybody has had a good foundation of returning to the natural aquarium. My next guest will be Father Fish in a collab, and possibly JH Aquatics will join us. Dustin says, see y'all next time. Send me all your calls, everyone. Blessings this weekend, and pay no mind to Friday the 13th superstitions, because it's a blessed day. That is Christ and his 12 disciples, 13. a holy number. Also, thank you, Dustin. The coals that are behind me will be coming your way as soon as I can get my heat packs in. So I saw the temps for your area. Anyway, I've been watching your temperatures. It would be great to join with JH for a wider conversation. Yes, Father Fish. Down the wormhole. Great stream, Susan. Thank you all. Have a blessed Friday and a blessed weekend. Susan for SLC Aquatics, touching lives one fish at a time. See you next time.